Bienvenidos chicos, aquí tenemos a Ali Trades, un buen amigo que es trader, ha hecho más de 7 cifras con su trading y vamos a aprender hoy en este increíble episodio. Todo va a ser en inglés, sin embargo voy a poner los subtítulos para que podamos aprender. So, nice to meet you, bro.
Pleasure,
Thank you
pleasure.
for being here in Miami, bro. I didn't know you were gonna be here. So, for the people that don't know you, who is Ali Trades?
Guys, I'm Ali Trades. I am a certified account flipper. Let's say that. I like to take very small capital, trade based off fundamental news releases to really get my edge in the markets, and then trade very aggressively. I think I have probably the most unique risk management system that has allowed me to really scale myself up through the industry.
So, what would you say was the biggest flip account you've ever done?
The one I'm on right now, we started out with a $150 deposit, and the account is currently at $765,000.
$755,000.
I was floating at $999,000 last week, and my trade literally reversed.
Okay, so almost $1 million.
Yeah,
so,
literally $1,000 off.
So you went from $150 to almost $1 million. And if we have to reverse engineer everything, all your process and everything to get to that point, what would you say was your starting point, like your mindset, the mindset you had to have, the setbacks you had to learn to get you to this mindset to where you say, you know what, I'm risking big, but I'm willing to take bigger payout. Right. What was that mindset?
So I started out the challenge just thinking $150, it's pretty easy to obtain, at least with my circumstances. My first mindset was just gonna be all right, we're just gonna keep full sending the first trade, and eventually one of these accounts will get up to 1K, 2K, and then we'll take it from there. And then I realized very quickly, even if you just full margin your first trade, 100% risk, you're gonna 100% risk your fifth trade. And then eventually you lose. Your win rate, your risk reward, everything at that point doesn't matter. So I had to switch to the approach of, let's just focus on gaining the edge in the markets, right? Because trading is the one form of exchanging my thoughts and money to try to gain more thoughts and money, where I truly believe I have the advantage. In gambling, the casino is always gonna win. Trading is where I feel I actually have that edge. I feel you have to actually identify when to risk on and when to risk off. So first thing I do is I find fundamental news releases, which I think most traders neglect. A lot of people want to trade technicals, but if you look from a macroeconomical standpoint and you have all this war and stuff going on, a lot of things that are telling investors hey, this is an uncertain time. You shouldn't be investing your money. You shouldn't be going in to the stock market. We don't know, things are looking kind of risky. Let's put it in a safer asset like gold. But then you're trying to, buy the stock market during that time. It's going to go against you. You can have the perfect technical setup, but it will still go against you. And so to me, it's even when you trade, we have all these strategies, all these patterns and everything, but I could be seeing a buy and you could be seeing a sell at the same time. All the patterns can align either side. The one thing that's going to differentiate it is fundamentally, from a news perspective, where are we aligned? So I think gaining that edge in the market is definitely the first step. And then the second thing, which I think is truly I'm not holding back on anything, I'm really giving the sauce, is being able to identify when you're on your game, right? So as a trader, I don't believe in this whole risk X per trade, every single trade. I believe in focusing on how my decision making has been, because you can't game the markets. We're real people, right? So my whole belief is, if I start looking at my decision making, right? Let's say I go to dinner today. How did I order? Did I like all my food? Was my food bad? And I start to notice patterns in my life. When my decision making is better, am I waking up on time? Am I eating good? How are my orders going? How are my drives going? Am I taking the right directions? Did I try a new route today? Did it work? Did it fail? That all translates into my trading. So for me to go more aggressive in my trading, I have to have my life actually have decisions aligning with that, versus having my life go, poorly, where I'm making bad choices, I'm trying new dishes and they suck, I'm wasting money here, I'm just making decisions that could have been better. Then I start to notice my trading doesn't do better. And when my trading is off, I just scale down.
So you're saying that you're trading based on how good is your routine. So if your routine is pretty much the same and you're organized and everything is working, so then you're gonna say, okay, I can risk more because every time I do this every single day, then I will get better results. So for me, my question is, what's your routine look like when you're trading?
So for me, it's about the whole day. So each day is different, but there has to be a couple consistent variables. So one of my non-negotiables is I have to keep my diet in check. I have to be training, and I'm a workaholic. My brain is always just active. So if I don't do these things, like I will genuinely go insane. I really like don't have enough time to like go do other stuff. At the other time, it's like growing up, I've been almost like a people pleaser. Like I don't want to say no to people. And so that's something that like nowadays I've had to realize is like I can no longer feel sorry for other people when I have to put myself ahead of them to grow myself, because in growing myself I can now help other people more. So those are going to be the key characteristics. But like when it comes to actually trading, there is a very systematical blueprint. Like for me, I call it the Ollie money concept scalp model. It's New York session. You find your fundamental bias, and this is based on if price is going to be inflationary or deflationary. And I always like think of it like this. Let's say you see something that signals the economy is thriving. Like let's say we have manufacturing increased or inflation increased or something. This means that at the current interest rates, the economy is doing well. That doesn't give us a signal to cut rates. Everything to me comes down to where the future of interest rates are. If the future of interest rates are going to stay higher, the stock market will drop. If the future of interest rates are going to get lower, the stock market will go back up, because investors think, okay, it's cheaper to borrow money now. So if I can borrow money for cheaper, I can go invest it and make more of a return. So that's always where my brain goes. So finding that fundamental bias, and then just finding whatever like supply or demand level, whatever order block it is on my lower time frame, waiting for a break and retest, enter, ride it to the highs or the lows.
I understand exactly, because I trade almost the same way. I also like to trade based off macroeconomics. I'm always looking at, the Fed Watch tool. I don't know if you've used it, but for me, it's like, where's the market pricing in? Are we cutting rates? Are we hiking rates? Is it on pause? But now my question is, you know that a lot of people, they all have like all these tools to make money trading. They have like the strategy, they know the economics, but still can make money. Why would you say that you are able to get in, get out of the markets, and get insane results, real results that I would say 90% of people can get? What would you say is your edge on that?
I truly think that the edge and the difference between me and those people is that the way I diversify my risk is solely based on my decision making in life. Like I'm saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So like, bro, like if you're gonna slack around in everything you do, you're gonna be lazy when you're driving, you're gonna be half-assing the gym, you're half committed, you cannot go to the charts and expect to be full committed there, right? It's like, bro, like the easiest analogy is like, if you're on a sports team and you never practice, you're not gonna play. When it comes to trading, your practice is 24/7. It has to emulate everything in your life. So my risk is always based on how well has my decision making been in life. And I get real with myself. And so like, even with me, right? Let's say like I catch a trade, it's going well, my decision making is well, then I start to up my risk and go heavier and heavier. At this point, maybe I've made 10, 20K, right? And then, but because I'm risking heavier, that one time that I lose, it's gonna be 5K. But let's say I made 20K, I still made 15K in that process. And then when I lose, I start to like, look, okay, how has my decision making been? And 10 out of 10 times, it's gonna be my decision making was poor. So I know, okay, I have to take a step back, I have to regroup a little bit and not let it be the end. Like a lot of people will lose one trade and let it be the end of them, bro. And even on my trading challenge, I was at 80K, right? And I lost like 10K on a trade, and then next thing you know, I lost 70K. So like I was back down to 11K. So from 80 to 11. That. And then I told myself, okay, stop, reset, let's refocus, let's rebuild here. Like, and then my next week was like 30K. And then the week after that, I think the week after that was when I hit a $250,000 trade. But it's because I let my decision making start to build up, refocus my habits, and then boom, I was ready.
Okay, so let's say you are in that exact position. You just lost 70K. Now, what kind of feelings are you having? Are you feeling like this is okay, this is normal, it happens? Do you feel frustrated with yourself? Like, what kind of emotions you've gone through that, and what did you do? You said you took a pause. Like, what do you do in that time off? Like, are you meditating? Are you reading? Are you like working out? Why are you reading? For you to be able to get to the next level and say like, okay, you know what, this happens. People, they do lose, but at the end of the day, what matters is, the end result, which, right. Right now it's almost at 700K.
No, I think it's my form of meditation, right? So for me, the easiest way for me to like start to get my brain to escape things is to train very hard. And that's for me. And everybody's going to have their own thing that makes them escape realm and escape reality and like be able to detach. And although I think like being ultra realistic with yourself is very important and like you have to try to turn off your emotions, I know it's like damn near impossible, bro. Like especially most people trading don't even have a payout. A lot of people will be trading with more money in their trading account than they have in their bank account. So those losses like really hurt. And I'm not here to like lie to them and be like, oh, you can't feel it. No, you're gonna feel it. But you have to understand how to deal with that emotion. Like, you know, let's say you and I were best friends and some girl cheats on you, right? I can give you an outside perspective and I'm gonna think way clearer than you. And all you wanna do is act emotional and be like, man, F her, screw her, like, you know, like I never wanna talk to her again. And I'll be able to tell you like, bro, relax. You don't need to do none of that. Just move on, you know, because I don't feel it. So you need to find that one thing in trading that allows you to like escape that state and enter the outside perspective state. And so like for me, it's like training extremely hard. Like when I physically exhaust my body, it allows my mind to relax. And then from there, I can like take a step back from the charts, let the charts play out a couple days. It's cool, it happens. And I always tell myself, if I can do it once, I can do it again. If it was real, I'll be able to do it again. And then from there, you start to analyze your mistakes, learn where you went wrong, and then from that point, you can grow from it. Because like one thing I always say is I would never judge myself based off my biggest win. I'll judge myself based on my biggest loss. You can only lose if you reach the point of success, right? Like even if you deposited $1,000 and you lost that 1,000 straight up, you never saw $1 in profit, you had to reach some point in life to deposit that $1,000. And now that $1,000 loss can teach you how to make another 5, 10K. That's the way I always approach it.
That's interesting because most people, I think that the only focus is when they're losing, they just feel bad, they feel destroyed, they start blaming other circumstances. And I think that understanding that you are the one that are in control of the situation, even though in the markets, once you're in the trade, everything can happen. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen. Trump can say whatever, and then it just like goes.
Screws you, yeah.
Exactly. So right now, how are you handling all these, you know, news that are happening with like Iran, US, like Trump, all these things?
I am using it 100% to my advantage, especially like very specific with this is a lot of people, you know, usually the way we trade, or I trade, is risk on means stocks and indices will go up and then you'll see gold drop. Like that's usually like my go-to, like indices up, gold goes down. But right now, risk on, because the war is so oil centric, right? It's the Strait of Hormuz. So anytime the war is on, they're blocking the passages for oil, which means the price of oil goes up. Now the price of oil and gold will not go up at the same time. You're gonna see people take money out of gold and flock it into oil. So right now it's kind of like risk on means gold and indices go up. Risk off means gold and indices go down while oil goes up.
And also, if price of oil goes up, there's more inflation because the cost of production increases.
Exactly.
So that means that the dollar is gonna, like, if there's more inflation, the dollar gets stronger. If dollar gets stronger, gold goes down.
Exactly.
So that's just like a lot of sauce in here. Like, if you are able to understand this, the amount of precise execution you're gonna get on the markets is just insane.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Because when you mix like macroeconomics with technicals, the amount of confidence you get when you're trading is just like another level. And that allows you to risk a little bit more just because the probabilities are more on your end. It's like if you are trying to chase the markets or you're just like trading randomly and you don't know what you're doing.
It's just like, it's way closer to gambling in that realm. You know, when you have no fundamental bias. Like imagine if you showed up to the charts and you knew, okay, this currency or this pair or whatever is going to most likely buy, right? We can never be like, it's 100% a buy, 100% a sell. Like you can do all your fundamental bias, all your technical analysis, you could still be wrong. Like, but at the end of the day, it's just about having that little bit of an edge, that little bit of an advantage against someone. I always say like, imagine you have two different fighters, right? And one of them is 180 pounds while the other guy is 150 pounds, right? And they both use the same exact striking technique. Everything the same. They can both grapple exactly the same, hit with the same exact combos. The person who weighs heavier is going to win. And that's kind of like technicals and fundamentals versus just technicals. The technicals and the fundamentals will always beat just technicals.
For sure. I understand that 100%. I agree with that. Now, with your environment, what's your environment look like? Are you trading alone? Are you trading with people? Do you have a community? Like, what's your environment looking like when you're trading?
Yeah, so I have like my free Telegram. I'll just send my markups in there and stuff. Occasionally I'll do live on YouTube. I've like become like very confident in trading with other people, trading in front of people. I very much enjoy that. Like, it makes me happy when I see other people win, especially because it's like, my whole purpose of getting into this industry was like to try to impact as many people as I could. Like once I like figured out how to trade and I wanted to help other people, it was like, let's just figure out how we can help as many people as possible. Because I've grown up, you know, from like in Egypt, like I've seen like, bro, like 8-year-olds on the street selling corn, trying to help their family make money so they can put food on the table. Like, and imagine those people could learn how to trade and make the same thing. Like almost anybody in the world can make $150 somehow, whether it takes them a year. And like, I've literally just seen that turn into $750,000. To me, it's like being able to share that skill set. That's infinitely more rewarding than like selling a course, selling this, selling that. Like that's the way I view it.
Why would you say people are always afraid of losing?
I think it's just they don't want to be wrong, and you'll never grow like that. Like every single billionaire, millionaire has made so many wrongs, and it's like I think it's a lot of people want to race to be right when you should be looking at how can I race to be wrong. Like if you can fail quicker, you can learn from those mistakes quicker, so then you can succeed quicker. But if you just keep only wanting to succeed, you will hold on to a dying idea, and that will kill you.
Because people are trying so bad to win, they avoid, you know, the failures, and because of that, they're just stuck in this loop.
Exactly.
Okay, and what will be something that, you know, someone that's watching and it's like, bro, but I'm scared. I don't know what to do for me to get to the next level. It's like I'm trying everything. I'm buying courses, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm doing everything I need to, but I'm just afraid when I'm about to take a trade.
I think if you're afraid to execute, then it means that your trading style isn't authentic to your identity. Now, this could be one of two issues. It could be one, it's just straight up like you are one type of person and your trading style or whatever you're learning like isn't resonating with you, or two, you don't know who you are. And in this industry, you need to know exactly who you are so you can figure out something that resonates with you and allows you to grow. So like every time you grow in your trading, you're also growing as a person. When you're growing as a person, your trading is growing and it feeds each other. So like I think you have to be ultra realistic and ultra honest with yourself to figure out your insides, your outsides, your patterns, your weaknesses, and be like, okay, if I struggle here, I need to understand that I need a system that can help me where I struggle, so that way it doesn't expose me later on. Because every single one of your flaws, if your system doesn't cover it, will get exposed.
Okay, and what would you say was your biggest like challenge that you've gone through this? Like you say, man, every time this keeps happening to me. Like what was that for you in your trading journey?
It was like, bro, I would see a lot of profits, right? And I wouldn't withdraw, or I'd keep holding, trying to make more, and then I would blow it all. You know, that was like always like my struggle. Like I didn't necessarily struggle to figure out how to win. I struggled to like figure out how to manage my wins. And I think the biggest shift for me was telling myself like, okay, we need to trade what we see and not how we feel. And I know that's like easier said than done, but I really started to look at it like, imagine market structure, right? You have a low, a high, a higher low. It's a bullish trend. Mm-hmm. You're getting in at the higher low. I used to want to take it to all the way like as far as I could. But realistically, if we're bullish, all we know is that we have to clear the previous higher high.
Yes.
And making that shift to like only targeting the level that I know is already on the chart, that previous higher high has increased my win rate a shit ton. A lot of people want to say like, oh, well, I'm sacrificing my risk to reward and this and that. But at the end of the day, your risk to reward means nothing if your win rate sucks. Like, yeah, sure, you might hit a 1 to 10 on a 10% win rate. And it's like, bro, trust me, the way I trade, I try to minimize my exposure, maximize my edge, right? The main thing is maximize my edge, and I take what the markets give me. Because you know what? Maybe a lot of times I get a 1 to 1.5, a 1 to 2, but I just keep showing up, and let's say you're on $1,000 account. You're gonna take all those trades, it's probably gonna build you up to like 1,500, and then that 1 to 10 is gonna come. Now your 1 to 10 on a $1,500 account is gonna make you more money than it would have made you on that $1,000 account.
Exactly. So basically what you're saying is trying to get whatever the market gives you so you can build a buffer. So when the big winning day comes, now you have a bigger buffer, so now you can make like
even
10
more
times
exactly.
Yeah, more money, because now you have more to risk, but also you have a bigger buffer so market can move. That's smart, because actually that's something I say to my students too. It's like, hey, you need to build a buffer every time, especially if you're trading a small account, because there's gonna be a time where market just like explodes, and it's clear because there's CPI or there's like
Right,
a PCE or something that's clear, and it's giving you the confirmation you need, and you know, okay, you know what, Strait of Hormuz open, okay, let's buy gold, and then you just can hold as long as you can, and now if you've built this buffer, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
And now I have a question. In terms of your stop loss, are you trading with a stop loss?
Yes.
Do you move it, or like how
Okay.
it looks like?
I can move my stop loss to break even, and it looks like this. So like, let's say I'm in a bullish order. I trade like, you can either call it an order block, you can call it a supply or demand level. So if I'm in buys, I'm obviously buying at the bottom at the demand level, and my take profit would be at the top of the supply zone or the top of the opposite order block. Yeah, exactly. So once we're at like where the entry point or like the start of that resistance, the start of that supply zone, demand zone is, I would move my stops to break even. Because at that point, I'm like, okay, another trader could be looking to sell out of here. And they could be right. So I'm going to look for any confirmation to get out now and get out of this trade. Because I always tell myself, I'm picky to stay in a trade. I'm quick to get out. I'm ready to get out at any given moment. It's very picky for me to stay in. So like, if the same confirmation I found in my bullish order block sets up at the bearish order block, I'm gonna just get out. Because once again, I'm just here to put the edge as much as I can in my favor.
Okay, got it. And you know, there's a lot of people in the industry that they have like no money, they have no jobs, and then they see trading and they're like, hey bro, like I can be rich with this. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's realistic to think that you can get rich, but I think the approach that people have is unrealistic, right? So a lot of people think like, I'm gonna get rich, it's gonna happen overnight, blah, blah, blah. Like I've been through that, I'm sure you've been through that. Like I'm sure literally everybody here has been through that. And I'm sure the guy watching it right now, who he's barely getting into trading and he's hearing me, he's gonna be like, yeah, but I'm different. You know, that's what everyone thinks.
I'm different. That's
everybody thinks it, bro.
I thought
you know, like you'll hit hard. You'll start getting really good at one point. You're like, oh, like good. Like I'm different than these people. I have my good edge. It's bound to happen. I just think you have to be ultra realistic with yourself, and understand this is the type of thing that you cannot give up on. Like this industry has no like maximum.
Exactly.
Right. No matter what job
cap.
you work, yeah, there's a salary, like a maximum salary you'll reach or whatever, this or that. Like trading is really just as far as your mind can take you. How delusional you can be is going to be how successful you can be.
And what will be like the steps of someone that wants to really make it and has like little to no money? Like how can I do that if I was in that position?
I think that the whole like I have little money thing is almost like a myth now, because I think there's always some sort of way to figure it out. Especially, bro, look at the era we're in. Like if you're getting into trading, it's because you have some sort of access to internet. You can literally go on like WAP, for example, and become a clipper for somebody, where like you take their footage and you edit it for like, you know, every 1,000 views you get paid like $3 or something, right? That's one way you can make money. You can make money by finding some sort of skill, whether it's, I always relate it to editing because I used to be an editor. That's how I used to make money.
I used to be a video editor too.
Yeah, so like, to me, I figured out how to video edit. I found people who needed video editing, and I edited for them. That's how I made money at first. So like, this whole like my country is poor or this or that, like, bro, if you're able to get into trading, it's because you have Wi-Fi, and that means that you have the opportunity to make money online in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's going to one of those websites, filling out those surveys, like there is some sort of thing that you can do that can get you that first little bit of capital, and trading can take that little bit of capital into millions.
And I'm always saying that it's like people, they don't make money because they don't want to. I started video editing and I didn't know how to video edit. I just did it, and somehow I made it work.
Yeah.
And I was able to get great results to all the people I was working with. So it's just a matter of how bad do you really want it.
Yeah.
And with this challenge that you're doing right now, turning the $150 to how big are you trying to be?
I'm trying to get to 1 million. That's why, bro, when I literally, like, I just posted a video today. You'll see it literally hit 999,000 and reverse. Like, yeah, like you couldn't make this up.
Okay,
bro.
now my question is that real or you're trading demo?
No, bro, come on, bro. We've posted verified statements. We've posted literally like every bit of proof. And on top of that, like I've taken every trade live in front of everyone else. So it's been one hell of a journey.
That's amazing, bro, because, you know, sometimes people, if it was real or demo or whatever, people will always have something to say.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's like an impressive return. Like, I cannot even imagine how much of a return
You know,
is that.
I'll say
like
this,
10,000%.
Yeah, I had a comment the other day where this guy goes like, oh yeah, like like, why lie about this and trade demo just so you can make some money? And I was like, I don't have a single product that I sell. I trade live for free. My community is free. I have no course for sale, nothing. So I was like, where am I making money on this? Even my YouTube channel, you know when you turn it on for monetization so you make money from the ads? I don't have that. I literally don't even have that on because I don't want people to fucking watch ads on my YouTube video. Like, I'm just like, bro, what? It's gonna make me an extra $50 a month? Like, so I just
$50 for
like,
sure.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, bro, I'd rather just have these guys not have to watch ads and watch my video for free.
Yeah.
I think it's been the most undeniably transparent thing done in the space. Even the other day, bro, I was getting into some meme coin, and like I publicly shared. I clearly stated I don't recommend meme coins, bro. I've traded one meme coin besides the one I'm in right now. I got rug pulled 25K. I don't recommend it to anyone at all.
Bro. Meme coins is wild.
Yeah, I'm in another meme coin right now, and like I sent it out in my group, and I was like, I don't recommend this for everyone. I'm only showing you guys this because I want to be transparent with you, and I even have the link to my exact wallet. So when they click on it, they can see every single time I've purchased that on the meme coin. Just because like that's the type of guy I am, bro. I'm here to bring the transparency, the realness to the space. And whoever wants to say whatever they want, like, it's cool, bro. I'm gonna hit my withdrawals.
Let them talk.
I'm gonna hit my withdrawals and make my money, and people can either join the journey and win with me, or they can watch me win. That's what I always
Exactly. Yes, I always say that, and it's always people that are like at a lower level than you that are talking.
Hate always comes from the bottom. Bro.
Exactly. Hate always comes from the bottom. That's right, because someone that's doing it already, they know how hard it is, and they respect that. They respect the all the work that you're doing, and that's why I wanted to, talk with you, because I know how real you are and all the work you put in and like the risk you take, and that's something that not everyone does. So
Appreciate
I wanted
it,
to really congratulate you on that, because it's about to. I mean, this is gonna be big. Regardless the result, it's already like massive what you've done. So now, what will be your next steps for the upcoming months?
It's about scaling this. Like, I want to do a lot of events. I want to travel the world, like really impact as many people, like go host in-person events, be able to fill out a venue with thousands of people, like completely on my penny, and just help influence these people's lives. Like, that's really where I want to go towards. I don't see any other way. Like, I think the perfect influencer who I look up to is I Show Speed. Bro, like, I love this guy. I love his brand. I love everything, how he travels. He does like meetups everywhere and whatever, but I want to do that just on a trading level.
That's right. I think the trading space needs that, because there's not, like, almost every time people, they don't have like someone to look up to, or if they do, it's like, okay, you need to pay for it. It's like, okay, well, it's gonna be like 10K or whatever. And how do you manage traveling and trading?
To me, it's just I free up that 1 hour of my day to trade. And that's about it. Like, it's become very simple for me now. I like trading New York Open, fundamental release, doing that whole thing. And it's just like whatever time zone I'm in, I make sure that whatever time New York Open is, I'm free for the next 2 hours if I need to be. That's all.
For me, I also like to trade New York session, 1 hour a day, and that's it for me. And now the last questions I have is, what are your thoughts on prop firms? Like, because I know you trade with live money, so would you rather start $150 with prop firms or with live money?
I personally believe that the live money has more upside to it. I used to be a funded trader, made my first $70,000 as a funded trader. One thing about props that I just see nowadays is the multiple rules they've added have made it a lot harder to get paid out, and it's a model that's built on traders failing. So like in my head, I'm just like, if they're only profitable because traders fail, that means that by the time X amount of people crack the code with their current rule set, they're gonna take all their data, put it in ChatGPT, be like, what other rule can we add to disqualify 90% of these people? And then they're gonna implement that rule, and the next thing you know, like the strategy that was making you money is banned. And so to me, that's why I like trading like live capital, like brokers, because you're free to do whatever you want. You could trade however you want. It's free. You can risk as much as you want, and it's all in your control.
And you can get paid anytime.
Exactly. Yeah. If I want to withdraw right now, I can withdraw right now.
Exactly. No, that for me, that's the freedom, and there's a lot of upside to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother.
Pleasure, bro. Thank you so much.
So it's been a pleasure. So where does people can find you?
AliAhmed.trades on Instagram and Ali Trades on YouTube.
Let's go, brother. So you can go and follow Ali, the realest trader you can ever get.
Appreciate it, bro.
Really happy to see this, to get this meeting, and yeah, like and subscribe, brothers.
Sir, subscribe, guys.